Hello everyone. Good morning everyone. I'm Sudipta welcoming you all to StudyIQ OPSC. So, how are you all? Good morning everyone. Good morning Afreen. Good morning Dakhtar. Good morning Rajendra. Good afternoon ହେଇଗଲାଣି ହଁ 11 afternoon ହେଇଗଲାଣି ରାଜେନ୍ଦ୍ର Good morning Praveen. Praveen କଣ ହାଲ ଦେଖା ଦର୍ଶନ ନାହିଁ ତମର ଆମ ଆଡେ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ତାମାନେ କଣ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବା କ୍ଲାସ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବା କି କ୍ଲାସ ଗୁଡ୍ ମର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ରାଜ I'm fine, Afrin. How are you? How are you? I'm fine. Start କରିବା class? Yes. All are ready? First of all, ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଦେଖି ପାରୁଥିବେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଆରମ୍ 6 ବ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଲଞ୍ଚ ହେଇ ସାରିଛି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ମୋ କୋଡ୍ ଯୋଉଟା କି 21 ରୁ ଆମର ଆଡମିशन ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ହେଇ ଯାଇଛି ଓକେ ତ ଆପଣ ମାନେ ମୋ କୋଡ୍ ୟୁଜ କରିକି like least discounted price को avail करि परिबे that is almost 9999 almost 10000 okay तो मो कोड रहिछि SSP live आपण माने कोड यूज करिकी yes avail करि परिबे the offer the least discounted offer as of now finally good morning welcome to my class so see the first questions are like Amit I'm not at all upset with you I भाबुछ म upset अछि बोली totally मु upset नाही okay तो आस है ना different platform रे different behave करिया को पड़े so I'm just following that the first question guys see statement based OPSC जानचंदी favorite question होची statement based and आपण मानक demand रे भी हम statement based question से हम start करूथिले so आजिर क्लास भी environment ऊपर बच्चा बच्चा question आपण मानक पई आनिछि जोटा कि statement based रे start करंतु first question देखो consider the following statements consider the following statements हापा मारनी मैम मु बहुत खुशी आपन को देखि कि कोन पई तिनाली एते खुशी एनी स्पेशल रीजन all तो हबनी all हबनी but still तमन को पढ़ी की कहूची ओके तो फर्स्ट Oscar deep analysis कर देछो ना कि yes Afrin yes Oscar right so consider the following statements about the biosphere reserve okay the first thing they aim to conserve biodiversity along with the sustainable use of natural sources they aim to conserve biodiversity along with the sustainable use of natural resources. Is that true? Yes, that's true. Biosphere reserves aim to the conserve of biodiversity along with the sustainable use of natural resources. This is one of the core concept of what? Under UNESCO. UNESCO रा हमारा Man and Biosphere program अछि. Man and Biosphere program. क्वेश्चन सी एते बड़ अछि लिखिया भाई जाका नाही स्टिल ए साइड लिखुची देखा सो यूनेस्को रो व्हाट मैन एंड बायोस्फीयर प्रोग्राम अछि ओके जोटा केबे लॉन्च हेतिला ए जो मैन एंड बायोस्फीयर प्रोग्राम हमर अछि एटा लॉन्च हेतिला 1971 रे 1971 अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस द फर्स्ट सेंटेंस हमर कोन राइट हेसिबो कहा पर रागिनी तो नंबर 2 देखो नंबर 2 सेंटेंस कौन कहूची मु रागिनी कहानी ऊपर कंसंट्रेट करो और लाइक ए क्लास रे छेड़छामी नहीं तो सेकंड सेंटेंस हमको कौन कहूची फर्स्ट हमें देखि देला यूनेस्को अंडर हमर कोन आछी एटा कहा अंडर आछी ए सेंटेंस ता हमर मैन एंड बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व ये भी हमर यूनेस्को अंडर रे ही आछी and number 2 देखो every biosphere reserve must have a core buffer and transition zone is that true every biosphere reserve must have 3 zone at least must have 3 zone that is the core zone core zone माने कौन हबो जोथरे कि no human activity core zone जोथरे कि हमरा human activity बिल्कुल रहिबो नाही बफर जोन को हमें कोटा कहउछ ना लिमिटेड ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज रहिबो बफर जोन रे लिमिटेड ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी रहिबो एंड ट्रांजिशन जोन कोन कहबा ना सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट रहिबो इन द ट्रांजिशन जोन so every biosphere must have these 3 zone okay finally actually ma'am आपण मते बहुत भल लागंती सेथि पय बहुत खुशी लागे आपन चलो थैंक यू तिना नेक्स्ट कौन अच्छी नंबर 3 all biosphere reserve in India are declared by UNESCO कौन हमर इंडिया रे जति की नामर कोन बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व अछि जोटा नेशनल लेवल ला भी नाही ताको हम यूनेस्को कहि परिबा कि नो जोटा हमर नेशनल लेवल रे अछि ताको हम कहि परिबा दीज आर अंडर द बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व सॉरी दीज आर अंडर द यूनेस्को rest all are not all biosphere reserves in India are declared at UNESCO this will not so right answer कोन हबो ना 1 and 2 statement पढिबो डिटेल ले जिवो देन बुझिबो statement पढिबो डिटेल ले जिवो देन eliminate the options मन इच्छा नाही हला गुड मॉर्निंग राधे राधे जगन राधे राधे नेक्स्ट देखो consider the following statements next question कौन पूछे देखो consider the following statements about Ramsar site विषय रे देखिबा first sentence they are wetlands of international importance declared under the Ramsar convention yes Ramsar site are the wetlands of international importance under the Ramsar convention केबे डिक्लेयर हेइथिला डिक्लेयर केबे हेइथिला 1971 रे डिक्लेयर हेइथिला ईरान रे हेइथिला रामसर सिटी रे हेइथिला मैम कैन यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश Prabir what are you doing okay let's talk only in English okay so tell so the first like we can say the first Ramsar site was declared in the year 1971 where it was in Iran 1971 it was declared next sentence just read the second sentence that once declared they are legally protected under the Environment Protect Act 1986 is that true to like if once it is declared we can say declaring a site as Ramsar site does not give a legal protection under the Environment Act 1986 but you can say this is a concept of Environment Protection Act was passed on which year that was in 1986 you can go through this also but this is not a mandatory thing this is not a mandatory this can government may take conservation measures for that but this is not a mandatory thing then Chilika was the first Indian site included in the Ramsar site yes Chilika was the first jota ki 1981 re it was declared as the first Indian site in the Ramsar convention from why are you not responding कौन लिखिछ Abdul all the लिखिछ ना yes all right all हबनी ना 1 and 3 right हबो I'm responding to you I'm responding okay so 1 and 2 sorry 1 and 2 टाको हम eliminate करि दोछे that is this is not a mandatory thing so 1 and 3 1 and 3 1 and 3 only 1981 Chilika yes Chilika okay very good अब्दुल कौन है तमर एंग्री मूड रे अच्छा पूरा नेक्स्ट देखो with reference to national parks in India consider the following with respect to national park of India with respect to national parks in India consider the following let's see what can be the true they are notified by the state government they are notified by the state government is that true national parks are notified the state governments is that true but national parks are notified the state governments yes that can like partially that can be true but under the wildlife protection act 1972 under se amu kona notify kariba jota ki kona this is the central law this is whole total a central law jay jagannath dpn this is a totally central law so this is not satisfying the questions so they are notified by the state government. They can notify to the state government, but under the Act of 1972, that is the Wildlife Protection Act of that is the central government law. So first one ko apan mane eliminate karantu. Next, human activities are strictly prohibited in the core zone. Core zone. What was core zone? Already I have told you that human activities such as grazing, habitations, or resources are like using are the strictly prohibited in core zones of the national park. So we can easily relate that and we can easily eliminate the rest options. So this can relatable. Next, they can be part of biosphere reserve. They can be a part of biosphere reserve. Can or cannot be. Tell me can or cannot be. Yes. National park state government karibo na. National park state government karibo but kaha under re karibo na central government ro jo law amar achi wildlife protection act law 1972 ता according karibo jota ki indirectly central gote central law hochi taku hi se relate karibo yes biosphere reserve ro hei paribo biosphere reserve ro hei paribo so the third sentence can be true that is surrounded by the buffer and the transition zone so 2 and 3 को right answer choose करिबा 1 को नहीं 1 को नहीं जदि central law अछि then directly right answer choose करा they can part of where yes they can be part of where next question देखो कौन कहूची consider the following statements regarding ecological succession consider the following statements dpm what happened Consider the following statements regarding ecological succession. Ecological succession upare mate kuha. Consider the following statements about the ecological like succession. Sentence पढ़िबा. हम टिके शीघ्र चलंतु कोडे जिबा. जगन जिबा कोडे कुहा. It refers to the gradual and predictable change in species composition in an area over time. Is that true? Yes, ma'am, that's true. Yes, that's true because this is not a secondary thing. We can relate that. We can easily relate that. Ecological succession refers to the gradual prediction changes in species composition over time in an area. That's true. Then secondary succession occurs on newly formed bare land like volcanic lava jotu baharuchi. Can we relate that? Secondary succession occurs where a previous ecosystem is existed. Example ame kaun nei pariba na abandoned farmland nei pariba, forest fire nei pariba, but ame kaun land nei pariba ki bare land ko nei pariba ki no bare land ko ame nei pariba because that occurs on the bare area like the volcanic lava or newly formed sand dunes. We can consider that they are the primary succession. They cannot be the secondary. They can be the primary succession that amara volcanic lava and all. So aqua me eliminate karuche. Next, climax community is stable and perpetuating. Yes, climax community is stable and the self-perpetuating. Is that true? Is that true? Rohit Kumar, new student. Sabo new student एठी पळे आसा हैला क्वेश्चन टिकरे शीघ्र करंतु ना अच्छा टिके शीघ्र करबा अच्छा हो ठीक अछि और टिके शीघ्र करूछि करा right answer. Third sentence right haba na? Yes, the climax community is the final stable and we can say the self-sustaining stage of succession. So 1 and 3 will be the right answer. 1 and 3 option. 1 and 3. Next question dekho. Next question. See, with reference to ecotone, consider the following. Ecotone ko hame consider kariba. What can be the right sentence satisfying the questions? See, it is the transition zone between two ecosystems. Is it the transition zone between the ecosystems? Yes, ecosystem the transition zone को ही हमें ecotone कहूचे. The an ecotone is a transition zone between two ecosystems. Example हमें तो forest to grassland को जाऊचे. Example forest to grassland को जाऊचे. That is the ecotone. So yes. So option 1 will obviously satisfying that. Next देखो, it shows lower biodiversity than adjacent ecosystem. It shows lower biodiversity than the adjacent ecosystem. Is that true? Is that true? No, ma'am. Ecotones usually exhibit the higher biodiversity than the no. It shows lower biodiversity than the adjacent ecosystem na. Lower biodiversity nahi. हमें कहता है ecotone usually exhibits the higher biodiversity due to the presence of species from both ecosystems and additional ecotonal species को consider करी परिबा. अरे टिके रहिलो sentence right shows the lower biodiversity than the adjacent ecosystem. Adjacent ecosystem कहिछि previous ecosystem तो ते कथा कहिनी ना. previous ecosystem कथा कहिनी जदि adjacent कहिले ताल तो माने कहबा higher. Adjacent कहिले higher कहबा. Previous कहिले lower कहबा. So it shows the lower biodiversity than the adjacent ecosystem, so it can not be true. Okay, next देखो, next कौन कहूची? Next देखो, सेति पे मते लागुतला मु कोठी देखिसु बोली. Next देखो, age effect is commonly observed in ecotones. Is that true? Age effect is common in ecotone. Is that true? Yes. Increase it, हमें कहि परिबा, we can say that increased diversity and the density of species is prominent in ecosystem. This is the real fact. This is the mandatory thing of the ecosystem of the ecotones, that the increase in diversity and the density हमें कहि परिबा species मानकर change हुए according to the age effect. So 1 and 3 option अछि. Option B 1 and 3. 1 and 3. adjacent means से इकोटोन को चेंज होगा पूर्वरु जो कंडीशन रे थांती इकोटोन को कोन गोटे पूरा ट्रांजिशन हे जाय जेते फॉरेस्ट टू ग्रासलैंड को पळांती बट से माने कोन अप एंड डाउन करथुए फॉरेस्ट ग्रासलैंड भीतर से माने कम्युनिकेट चलेथिबे पूरा एकदम से माने कोन शिफ्ट हे नथिबे इन दैट सिचुएशन. next consider the following regarding the Montreux's record. Montreux's record कोन कहूची? See, the first sentence पढ़ो, it is maintained under the Stockholm Convention. Is it maintained by the Stockholm? Statement 2. कहली ना lower, it shows the lower biodiversity than the adjacent ecosystems. That means, अच्छा बुझी गला? ठीक है. So consider the following. Consider the following regarding the Montreux's record. Montreux's record को नहीं कि हमें माने try करिया बुझिया पाई कि को sentence ता ताकू satisfy करूची. First of all, it is maintained under the Stockholm Convention. Is it true? Is it true? हमारा कौन mention है इसी की? No. Montreux's record is the part of हमें कही परिबा the Ramsar Convention. Ramsar Convention रा part होबो कि ना Montreux whatever. That is the Ramsar. Ramsar Convention रा गोटे part रहिबा, not the Stockholm हमें कहि परिबा convention ना नुहा. Stockholm Convention कहा से डील करिबो ना with deals with the कोना persistent organic pollutants. Only जो हमें कहै particulate matter 2.5 and anything. That is the like कहि परिबा the what the Stockholm Convention will deal with. The Stockholm Convention will deal with the persistent organic matter. Persistent organic matter. So याको हमें कौन eliminate करी परिबा? The option 1 can be eliminated. Then it highlights Ramsar sites that are under threat. It highlights the Ramsar site. It highlights the Ramsar sites under the threat. Yes, एबे ही तो कहली these are the parts of the Ramsar site. So it is register of the Ramsar sites where ecological character is threatened or has changed. So yes, part of the. Then Loktak lake is listed under it. Loktak lake कोठी अछि? Loktak the floating lake कोठी अछि ना मणिपुर रे अछि. मणिपुर रे अछि. लेक कहिला माने तो से रामसर साइट रे ही जीव जोटा कि आमे कोन कहि परिबा. यस से भी जीव. लोकटक लेक हैला आमे ताकू केवलाडियो नेशनल पार्क कहूचे. ता पाखरे केवलाडियो नेशनल पार्क रे प्रेजेंट अछि लोकटक लेक. तो ताकू आमे रिलेट करि परिबा. राइट. So sorry 2 and 3. 2 and 3 will be the right answer. 2 and 3 will be the right answer. Okay. Next देखो. Sorry, हमरा केवलाडियो नेशनल पार्क तो मणिपुर राजस्थान रे अछि ना. Excuse me for that. Excuse me. केवला मणिपुर रे हमर लोकटक अछि बट केवलाडियो राजस्थान रो. How can I say like that? मोरे बते जोगेश संगळे मुंड तो सब हल्ला. So केवलादियो नेशनल पार्क जोटा हम राजस्थान रे अछि सेटा करेंटली एबे मॉन्ट्रियल्स रिकॉर्ड रे इन हिची. करेंटली एबे मॉन्ट्रियल्स रिकॉर्ड टा इन हिची. हां जगन रेक्टिफाई करि देली तमे कहया पूर्व. राइट. यस. चलो नेक्स्ट देखो. Consider the following about the Forest Right Act 2006. 2006 को आसा. Forest Right Act 2006. जगन मते मुह मोडुच. How dare you? मुह केमती मोडी परियो तमे? तो को Forest Right Act. Consider the following about the Forest Rights Act 2006 according. It grants forest land rights. From which source are you making questions? Why? What happened, Abdul? Is there any problem you are facing? What happened? So tell me. आगो देखो जगन first question को देखो तापरे all कहिबो. It grants forest land rights to tribal and other traditional forest dwellers. Is that true? Yes, ma'am. आमर कोन access करूची grant करूची. That's true. Next कौन कहूची देखो ना the act provides both individual and community forest right. Yes ये हमको कौन both को provide करूची. both को हमारे provide करूची. Provides for both individual forest rights IFR and हमारे कौन community forest rights that is the CFR. Both को हमारे कौन provide करूची. Then it is administered by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Forest and Excuse me, Abdul. You are questioning me or you are ordering me? So, it is administered by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Forest and Climate Change. What will be the right answer? कोटा हबो को मते ना एटा हमर कोन Ministry of Tribal Affairs under आसीबो. This is the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, not the कोन MoEFC under आसीबोनी. So this is one of the nodal ministry under आसीबो. That is the Tribal Ministry under आसीबो. Clear? So याको आपण माने odd one out करो. So 1 and 2 जगन मैम जेते चेष्टा कले भी गर्ल्स माननका परी हेई पारुनी. गर्ल्स माननका परी हेई पाउनी. गर्ल्स माननका परी हेबाक चाहछो तमे कोन भाई गर्ल्स माननका पई हेई पाउछ चाहछो. नेक्स्ट देखिबा. Tell me number 8. The act is administered by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, not the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Very good, Amit. Tell me. Consider the following statements about the Red Data Book. Ayushi, Red Data Book asila. Now tell me, Red Data Book according quota haba right sir. It is published by UNEP. It is published by UNEP. What happened, Muduli? Again, sorry. Kon hayala. It is published by UNEP. Is that true? Tell me. UNEP करूची ना आयुषियन कहूची. मु तमन को स्टार्टिंग नु कहिची रेड डाटा बुक कथा आसिला माने आपण माने आयुषियन को कवर अप करबे. That is the International Union for Conservation of Nature. That is IUCN, not UNEP. So this sentence will not satisfy. Sorry. Yeah, that is IUCN. Okay. So next देखो. It categorizes species based on their extinction risk. Yes. That's true. It categorizes the species on the threat levels. Suppose the vulnerable groups, the endangered groups, the critically endangered groups. A category माने species माने हमर कोन red data book रे entry करती. Next देखो. critically endangered is the highest risk category. Yes, critically amar jete type ro vulnerable rahila, endangered rahile, critically endangered rahile, eman ko bitere sabutu risk level kahara adhika thae na amara extinction in the wild ame dekhi pariba, that is the critically endangered. kon critically endangered manankara hi high thae. So 2 and 3 option achi, very good, 2 and 3 only. Next for you, tell me, next for you, Molay Naik. Yes guys, chalo next dekho, very good guys. Next, with reference to the biodiversity hotspots, consider with respect to the biodiversity hotspots, it consider what? They must have at least 1,500 species. Yes, 1,500 species at least darkar biodiversity hotspot heba pai. Eita to ठीक ही अछि. Next देखिबा, they must have lost at least 70% of their कना original habitat. Yes, at least कना 70% original habitat हमरो माने कोन loss हेबा दरकार. It must have lost at least 70% of original natural vegetation. But India has 5 biodiversity hotspot. India has how many biodiversity hotspot? Already told you that India has only 4 biodiversity hotspot. Himalayan, Indo-Burma, Western Ghat and Sri Lanka misiki gote, then Sundarland. Sorry, Sundarland. That is include the Nicobar and island to Sundarland ko jaଉଛି. Total 4 टा अछि, 5 टा नहीं मने रहिबा केतेटा अछि ना 4 टा अछि. So odd one out 1 and 2. Again 1 and 2. Yeah, next. Global warming upare question. Kuha mate. Consider the following about the global warming potential, that is the GWP. Global warming potential upare ame dekhiba. See, it measures the heat trapping ability of greenhouse gases relative to carbon dioxide. Is that true? Carbon dioxide ro heat trapping ability upare kona focus karuchi and taku monitor karuchi, consider karuchi, we can say that yes. GWP ra काम ही सेया carbon dioxide रो monitor करिवो केते carbon emission हैला and all. Next, methane has higher GWP than the carbon dioxide. Methane रो हमर कोन global warming potential अधिक अछि नै carbon dioxide मते कहलो ना मैम? yes ना yes मैम. हमर कोन methane has a GWP approximately 28 to 38 28 to 36 over 100 years रे एतिकी percentage include है, एतिकी times कोन अधिक अछि carbon dioxide रू. So we can say this sentence is satisfying. Next, water vapor has the highest GW among all. No, जदि ए sentence हमरा satisfy करूछि number 2 then number 3 हबनी. So number 3 wrong. So कोन रहिला 1 and 2 again. Next questions helpful लागुछि. Questions तमनको helpful लागुछि त और किछि difficulties लागुछि और बहुत इजी हे जाउछि. इजी लागुछि, मॉडरेट अछि ना बेसी डिफिकल्ट लागुछि. यदि मॉडरेट अछि, इजी टू मॉडरेट अछि, देन दैट्स गुड. मो सेही परसेप्शन ही तमनको पे. So next मते कुहा, consider the following about the National Green Tribunal, that is the NGT. Yeah. Next, consider the following about the National Green Tribunal, the NGT. ताको consider करो. It was established under the Environment Protection Act 1986. Is that true? Is that true? NGT was established under the National Green Tribunal. ता under ही है, जोटा कि 2010 रे हेतिला. 2000 NGT Act हमें केबे आसीथिला? NGT Act 2010 रे आसीथिला and 8 Act under ही हमर कोन establish हेतिला. 8 Act under ही establish हेतिला. Okay, so आपको हमें eliminate करि परिबा. Option 1 is eliminated. Number 2 देखो. So NGT, it has original jurisdiction in the civil cases related to the environmental protection. Or is original jurisdiction अछि na? Yes, NGT has its own original jurisdiction in the civil cases relating to what? Relating to the environmental protection and the conservation of the forest. So it is satisfying. Next देखिबा, its decisions are binding and can be challenged in the Supreme Court. Hey paribana nai? Yes, its decisions are binding and can be challenged in the Supreme Court within days mane rakho, within 90 days bhitare ye challenge he paribo. 90 days ru exceed habani, 90 days bhitare rahile se kono challenge he paribo. Is that clear? Article committee. Acha. Next, so कोटा हबा 2 and 3. Next questions. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements regarding EIA, that is Environment Impact Assessment. Environment Impact Assessment. कोटा हमारा right answer मते कुआ. First sentence पढ़िबा. The first sentence पढ़ा. कौन कहूची? Now it is a mandatory process before any major infrastructure project. Is that true? Yes. हमें कहि परिबा the EIA, the Environmental Impact Assessment. Ma'am, जल्दी boring मैम जदि बाइंडिंग देन चैलेंज केमिति करिबो शक्कन क्वेश्चन तमरा बहुत यूनिक लागे मते सी लाइक हमें कहि परिबा कि जुरिस्डिक्शन रो बाइंडिंग नेचर थाय जोटा कि अकॉर्डिंग टू द एक्ट 2010 रे बट तार भी किछि किछि प्रोटोकॉल को के लाइक कोन ब्रेक करंती या फिर किछि न्यू ऐड ऑन हेबा को चाहे तो इन दैट केस हमें कोन ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट रे ताको पुनी अपील करि परिबा. Next, consider the following statements regarding the EIA. So it is a mandatory process before any major infrastructure projected. Now, yes, ma'am, it is mandatory one. Especially, I mean, नहीं परिबा the mining नहीं परिबा thermal power नहीं परिबा ये सब case रे thermal power plant case रे this is the mandatory thing. Then it is notified under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. 1972 according इटा notified है थुला कि 1972 according इटा है थुला कि no ma'am. It amara environment कथा आसीची that means it Environment Protection Act 1986 रे थिला. This is Environment Protection Act 1986 according एटा form थिला. So this is not under the Wildlife Protection Act. ये कहा अंडर है ना Environment Protection Act under as well. Public hearing is a part of EIA process. Public hearing is a part of EIA process. Is that true? Yes, ma'am. That is true. That is true. So 1 and 3. ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଥିଲି एनजीटी ର डिसीजंस इज द फाइनल डिसीजन ना तो सब डिसीजंस ऊपर ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट थाए ताको काई भूली जाउ छ. नेक्स्ट with reference to convention on biological diversity or the CBD. Consider with reference to convention on biological diversity or CBD. It refers to what? It legally binds countries. Yes, it legally binds countries to protect biodiversity. Is that true? India hosted the 11th COP of CBD in Hyderabad. Is that true? Could have a right answer mate kuha? Could have a right answer kuha? 2006 latest update. Could have a 1 and 3. The 2 India has hosted the 11th COP. India the host Scotland 2012 रे करिथिला. The COP जोटा हमर CBD रो first 11th COP 2012 रे हैदराबाद ही तो होस्ट करिथिला. ताले एटा काई रंग हबो 13 रे खाली बी खाली गोटे राइट हबो. The Cartagena protocol जोटा हमर 2000 रे हेतिला. The biosafety पई हेतिला. Cartagena protocol on biosafety was launched in 2000 is under the CBD dealing with the safe handling of the genetically modified organisms. Biotechnology जोटा कवर अप करिथिली कि अप्रिन. Yes, that is all of the above. All of the above. Next, consider the following statements regarding desertification. Consider the following statements regarding the desertification. What will be the right answer? See, it refers to the expansions of deserts into arid zones. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? It refers to the expansion of deserts into arid zones. Yes, desertification involves always degradation of land unarid माने arid रे हमरो land होई परिबो semi arid कहि परिबा हमरो कोन land deformation होउछ जोटा land धीरे धीरे कम होची and dry sub humid areas रे हमरो होउछ leading to the desert like conditions पूरा रुखा सुखा भूमि हे जाउछ. That is the arid condition. So yes, this is true. Then UNCCD is the only legally binding convention on land degradation. सुना land degradation विषय रे कहिला. Land degradation विषय रे कहिला. No कोन पे कहउछ? No ma'am. अमित राजेंद्र कोन हैला? No कोथि पे कहउछ? 15. Very good, Afrin. Very good, Afrin. All have a right answer. That UN convention also. UN convention also. जोटा को हमें UNCCD कहूचे. That is the UN convention to combat desertification development. I think CCD. No, CC. Combat convention to combat desertification. Yes, UNCCD. I mean, is the only legal binding international agreement on the degradation. Degradation upare. This is the only international binding convention. So this will true. India has ratified under the UNCCD. Yes. 14th cup. हमारा 11th कोड ही थिला ना हमारा 2012 रे ही थिला हैदराबाद रे. The 14th cup कोड ही थिला कहिला. India has ratified on the UNCCD. मते कुह first ratified ही थिला 1996 रे. एटा मन रखो. 1996 रे first UNCCD रो cup start ही थिला ratify ही थिला establish ही थिला. Then मते कुह इंडिया रे 14th कप कोठी हेतिला को ईयर रे हेतिला होस्ट के करितिला को ईयर रे हेतिला 14th कप ऑफ डेजर्टिफिकेशन और UNCCD अंडर रे हमरा 14th कप हेतिला कोठी हेतिला न्यू दिल्ली रे हेतिला 2019 रे हेतिला माने रखा 14th कप was न्यू दिल्ली एंड केबे हेतिला 14th cup in New Delhi 2019 रे ही थिला. Yes, only statement based 2019 रे. Next देखिबा. So according to this, what will be the right answer? India has ratified the UNCCD. So all will be the right answer. All will be the right answer. Next देखो. Oops, sorry. So yes, हमारा sociology optional batch PYQ based series अच्छी जोड़ा हमारा सरोज सर cover up करूचंदी. So 15 plus year like 15 years plus experience हम करे direction में sociology रे अच्छी. तो अपन माने कौन मैम अपन yes role ना. So अपन माने चाहिए सांका code use करी परिबे. Else you can also use my code to join the batch. You can also have the least discounted price. Even you can join with any code. Okay, that is SSP Live, SK Live, or having the portal to code asiba seta. Next देखो, with reference to ozone depletion, consider what will be the right sentence. See, the chlorofluorocarbons are major ozone depleting substance. Is that true? कुह मते chlorofluorocarbon ओजोन डिप्लीशन हैला या फिर मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल दिटा जाक सेम थिंग. ओजोन कथा आसिला माने आपण माने मॉन्ट्रियल सहित रिलेट करिवे. yes 14th कप न्यू दिल्ली रे 2019 रे होस्ट करिथिला. yes तो मते कुह chlorofluorocarbons are major ozone depletion substance. Yes ma'am, that's true. The Montreal Protocol aims to phase out ozone depleting chemicals. Yes, that's true. Use depletion causes increased infrared radiation on Earth. Infrared radiation बढ़ुची की ozone layer पाई ozone depletion leads to the increase in UV radiation. That's true. सेटा त हमर UV करूची. Infrared कोठु आसिला सेटा UV करूची. So 1 and 2 will be the right answer. 3 can be eliminated. Next. Carbon market ऊपर question अच्छी. चलो. Consider the following about the carbon markets. Chandrasekhar Malik. Okay. मैम सोशियोलॉजी रे कौन पढ़ा जाए? सोसाइटी विषय रे पढ़ा जाए और कौन पढ़ा जाए? Consider the following about the carbon markets. So first sentence पढ़ी चलो carbon markets ऊपर first देखो. There allow trading of carbon emissions credits among the countries or industries. Yes, carbon credits होची. Next, clean development mechanism, the CDM, is a part of the Kyoto Protocol. Clean mechanism का हमें Kyoto Protocol को add करी परिबा कि yes ma'am. Development mechanism जोटा हमर CDM आसुची सेटा Kyoto Protocol आसी and Kyoto Protocol केबेटा लॉन्च हेतिला पब्लिश हेतिला हम कहि परिबा इनागुरेटेड हेतिला 1997 रे हेतिला. हम मित्र केते जण जन्म भी हे नथियो, right? So and it allows the developed countries, not developing countries, developed countries to invest in emission reduction projects in the developing countries. Like आमे कौन कहि परिबा developed country developed जो माने already countries हे सारी जंती से माने जो माने under developing condition अछंती countries मानन को से माने को इन्वेस्ट करिवे कि से माने केमिति कार्बन रो यूज कमेइबे कार्बन एमिशन रो यूजेस धीरे धीरे कमिबा रिड्यूस हबो एंड सेही थिरे से माने कोन इन्वेस्ट करिवे डेवलप्ड कंट्री माने डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज में ओके then India does not participate in any international carbon market mechanism. That's true. Is that true? India कोठी भी like participate करिनी guys India active अछि हमर participation रे even CDM रा part भी India the clean development mechanism रा part ही अछि India okay so this is true acha this is wrong not pachach na this is wrong so 1 and 2 only next देखो ठीक है 2 मिनट ब्रेक दबा चलो next देखो next question consider the following about the fly ash विषय रे question अछि okay tell me question number 17 अछि चंद्रशेखर मालिक 39 17 अछि को मते consider the following about the fly ash first question देखो it is a byproduct of coal combustion in thermal power plant is that true is it a byproduct of the coal combustions in thermal plant yes fly ash is the byproduct so that can be true that is true not can be next it is used in constructions and road making it is used in cement so obviously indirectly हमर कोन construction से brick रे हैला road construction से life रे हमर use हुए even agriculture रे भी use हुए so yes this is true yes this is true okay the next it is classified as hazardous waste under the Indian law hazardous waste जाउछि कि जदि waste जाउछि देन हम एग्रीकल्चर रे केमिता यूज करि परिबा एग्रीकल्चर यूज करूछे that doesn't mean कि that is mean माने हमर कोन होछि एटा हमर hazardous ही होबनी it is classified as the unhazardous रे जीव this is not a hazardous waste under the Indian law the fly ash notification केबे 1999 रे आसी जाइतला बहुत लेटर रे अमेंड हेइतला okay so this is not so next करो 1 and 2 again with reference to solid waste management what can be the true see 2016 consider okay segregation of waste at source is mandatory segregation of waste and management is mandatory is that true the segregation at source into dry wet and domestic hazardous waste is mandatory next waste generations are responsible for processing their own waste is that true waste generates हम कहि परिया कोन waste generators including कोन hazardous हैला और नहीं सॉरी waste generation हम कहू नहीं परिबा hotels हैला households हैला ए मान हम फॉर एग्जांपल नहीं परिबा must process segregate and कहि परिबा store waste properly ताको properly रखिया को पड़िबा otherwise हम कोन different sector रे भी तारो किछि impact भी bad impact भी आसी पारे तो हमको सेपरेट करि के रखिया को पड़िबो so next these rules apply only to municipal areas only municipal areas को हमको apply करिया को देछि is that true these rules apply to urban and rural areas as well जदि rural areas को करिया को अछि ताल सेठी municipal केमति आसीबो not just the municipal area okay so this is not true again 1 and 2 next consider the following regarding bioaccumulation again important bioaccumulation kon achi see it is the accumulation of toxic substances in the tissues of living organisms yes amara DDT sunicho like mercury DDT these are the bioaccumulation is the build of toxic substance that is organisms over the time dhire dhire amara kono due to the rapid time it amara affect kokoibo so this is yes this is accumulation of the toxic substance next it increases with each trophic level in a food chain increase हुए Yes, that's also true. आमे कोन it increases of the trophic levels आमे कहि परिबा called the biomagnification. जेतेबेले trophic level is increase हुए आमे ताको कोन कहउछे ना this is the biomagnification that affecting the कोन ना predators ताको क्या को affected करिवो ना predators and more एमान को समान कोन ना affect करिवो the biomagnification. So yes, that's also true. Next, it mainly affect primary producer को छोड़ना करिवो एही त कहिने predators को करिवो. So primary consumers and top predators are more affected than the primary producers. Okay, primary primary consumers हेले top predators हेले माने बहुत ही affect करिवे. Affect एमान को द्वारा हबो. So this is not true. So 1 and 2 again. Next. Consider the following about the Amrit Dharohar scheme. Guys, Amrit Dharohar scheme is very, very important. Tell me. This is completely different from other classes I have. So tell me, consider the following about Amrit Dharohar scheme. Amrit Dharohar scheme bisare kuha. This is completely different coach. It aims to enhance wetland conservation in India. Is that true? Dharohar scheme bisare apan mane kuhantu Amrit Dharohar scheme ku jodi relate kariba tahale it aims to the enhance wetland conservation in India. Is that true? Yes, the scheme aims to the conservation of Ramsar site and the wetlands using the community participation. That can be true. That can be true. It is a centrally. It is what? It is a centrally sponsored scheme under the Ministry of Agriculture. Ministry of Agriculture under asibo ki? Ministry of Agriculture under asibo ki? Biomagnification, decomposition मानु को affect करेनी कि हाँ करे Mr. Chandan sir पिला मु चंदन सर पिला चंदन सर को पिला एपटू कहीं आसछ चंदन सर को पिला एपटू को काहे कि आसी चंती तांका पई फाइन लागिवो तो मते को second sentence it is centrally sponsored mostly is that true centrally sponsored heisi no this is implemented under the MoEFC 8 number MoEFC under asiba this is not under the Ministry of Agriculture so this is not a centrally approved so Amrit Dharohar scheme kahara MoEFC under asiba MoEFCC under asiba so this is not it was announced in the Union Budget 2023-24 best मते पचारिबो त बेस्ट ला सोशियोलॉजी मते पचारले मु कहबी बेस्ट ला सोशियोलॉजी इट वाज अनाउंस्ड द यूनियन बजेट 2023-24 is that true yes union budget 23-24 eta promote heitila as sustainable ecosystem based on the development and based on the developments of wetlands ta upar heitila so this is true 1 and 3 option achi ki 1 and 3 next with reference to coastal regulations with reference to माडी आसिली टिके ना ना एमिति आसबेनी फाइन पड़ी जिवो चंदन सांग पिला एपटु कस परिबेनी फाइन लगी जिवो पूरा तो को कोस्टल रेगुलेशन जोन को अकॉर्डिंग क्वेश्चन देखो with reference to coastal regulation zone consider the sentence CRZ that is the coastal regulation zone norms regulate activities along India's coastline upare यार norms रहिबो is that true yes यार हमर कोन कोस्टल रेगुलेशन अछि माने त को रीजन रे ऑब्वियसली कोस्टलाइन ऊपर ही तार रेगुलेशन रहिबो yes that's true then CRZ is enforced under the Environment Protection Act 1986 ता अंडर हेतला ना yes Environment Protection Act 1986 रासितला so and government by the CRZ notification केबे 1991 रे latest आसितला then 2011 रे आसितला then 2019 आसितला 2011 ने then 2019 आसितला okay that is true so option 2 and 1 they are right then option 3 कोन आसुची all areas up to 100 km from the sea are included under CRZ up to 100 km कोन एटा include होउची की no CRZ covers land up to 500 meters from the high tide in the high altitude times okay high tide रे में कहि परिबा so 100 नाही एटा को 500 meter कर दबो so this is wrong 1 and 2 will be the right answer Abdul It seems boring class na. Why are you here? Please तमे जाओ सेल्फ स्टडी करो. ओके सेल्फ स्टडी करो निज को टाइम दियो बहुत ही सेल्फ एनालिसिस करि पारे. ओके गाइस ठीक है अब्दुल को जणाई दियो से सेल्फ स्टडी करले बेटर करि परिबे. ओके नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस. Consider the following about the Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement विषय रे हमें कोउटा को कहि परिबा. This is the right agreement. Okay, see. It aims to limit global temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial levels. Okay. Okay, Amit, Niyati. Consider the following about the Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement विषय रे हमें कौन कहि परिबा ना it aims to limit global. Is that true? Yes. एटा हमर कोन ना it aims like to limit the global temperature rise below the 2 degrees Celsius. Ideally हमें केते देखुचे ना 1.5 degree to above हेले हमें ताकू pre industrial level रे consider करूचे. So yes, this can be the true one. Next, it is legally binding on all countries to reduce their emissions. एटा कोन legally bound हेसी कि ना जो माने NDC साइन करिवे जो माने नेशनल डिटरमाइंड कंट्रीब्यूशन को साइन करिवे से माने को पाई दिस कैन बी द लीगल वन बट रेस्ट ऑफ ऑल दिस इज नॉट अ मैंडेटरी थिंग सो इट इज ऑल वन आउट. India's NDCs under the Paris Agreement are unconditional. Is that true? And unconditional way रे अछि? No. India's NDCs like हमें कौन emissions intensity reduction by हमें target रखिसे ना 2030 सुधा 2030 टा पुणे again change हो जाइछि 2050 को अछि ना that have the both conditional and unconditional components. So this is not true. This is again not true. Only one is the right answer. Okay. Next देखो. With reference to blue flag certification, consider with reference to the blue flag certification हमें कहा को consider करि परिबा. See the options. It is an international equal level for beaches and marines. Is that true? Yes ma'am. International equal level for beaches and marines given for the cleanliness, safety as well as ecotourism. So yes, equal level हमको निहाती दरकार beaches पाइन. That's true. Then Chandrabhaga beach was India's first blue flag beach. Chandrabhaga beach हमारा कौन है India रा first blue flag beach की. Is that true? Yes ma'am. India रा first to receive the status as a blue flag beach was the Chandrabhaga beach of the Odisha. Next, certification is given by the UNEP and UNDP jointly. Certification किए हमको provide करूची UNEP and UNDP joint करूची ना FEE करूची. FEE करूची. That is the Foundation for Environment Education. That is FEE. But Foundation for Environment Education हमको provide करूची the certification. So this will not 1 and 2 our right answer. 1 and 2 will be the right answer. Okay, and FEE रा headquarter कोठी अछि? FEE रा headquarter डेनमार्क रे अछि. मन रखता. Okay, next देखो. अमित कौन कहूछ? Abdul Salam. I expect respectful behavior from me. Hazing is not acceptable. Let him do. से सब बेले क्लास रे आसी की बकवास करन देता हूं छाड़ी. अच्छा, consider the following about climate smart agriculture. Consider the following about climate smart agriculture. What is the right answer? What is the right answer? हमें कहा को consider करिबा ना smart agriculture को consider करिबा climate smart agriculture को. First sentence देखो, it integrates climate resilience into agriculture practices. Yes, that's true. ये हमको कौन climate resilience रा हमरा बढ़ावा दोउची, right? So integrate हमें कहि परिबा that integrates the resilience and sustainability into agriculture. That's true. Next, it focuses only on increasing productivity. It focuses only, no, it is not limited to the productivity. Also include the adaptation and obviously the mitigation उपरे भी focus करि परिबा. So only हमें productivity सहित relate करि परिबा. देखो third sentence कौन करछि ना it includes the adaptation and mitigation measures. Yes, जदि ये right हो बता ये तो wrong ही हेसिबो ना. जदि ये right होछि then ये wrong हेसिबो. So 1 and 3 होबा right answer. 1 and 3 होबा right answer. गोटे मिनिट रुहा. चंदन सर. आज्ञा सर. तो क्लास रो छि मु लाइव क्लास रे बा. हां हां हाँ हाँ एई क्लास चलु जिबि मु कहूजी अपन ओके so next देखो with reference to wetlands consider with reference to wetland that consider to what with reference to consider with reference to the wetland consider the sentence first हमें देखिबा they help in flood control and groundwater research they like कौन is that true they ଆମର wetland ଉପରେ ଆସିଲା ମାନେ ସେ flood control and groundwater research ଉପରେ consider करिवो is that true ना मैम yes true ड्रिंक ब्रेक्स गोटे नहीं जानतु मैम क्लास सरीबो 12टा हेलानी आउ 5टा क्वेश्चन ने ब्रेक करने भी so they help in flood control and groundwater research is that true they help in yes that's helping yes they help in okay so flood control hella groundwater research hella they act as a carbon sink भलिया काम करती then all wetlands are part of Ramsar site सब wetland कौन Ramsar site रा part की India has 75 Ramsar sites as of 2023 according to the Manu Pouch. Okay, so but many more wetlands still exist. They are not under the Ramsar site. So हमें मैंने ताको कही परिबा ना. Mangroves are not considered wetland. Mangroves को हमें wetland ए consider करूछे ना करूने. Mangroves are not considered wetlands. Mangroves को तो हमें consider करूछे ना. Mangroves are considered under the wetlands. Okay, so आपको हमें easily odd one out करी परिबा. yes Ramsar definition हमर कहूची wetlands and कोन mangroves को consider करिबा पई yes mangroves are considered so एटा हमर organ हिजो कोन हबो ना 1 okay so class एतिकरे रखि देबा आ 5टा क्वेश्चन त मन को pdf शेयर कर दे या फिर आउरी 5टा अछि करि देबा whatever you guys will say tell me जगन दफ्तर अफरीन प्रियदर्शिनी राजेंद्र रखी दो क्लास नो मैम मीन्स रोड मैप अमित रोड मैप पे तुम बैच जॉइन करी जा देन तुमको सेटिंग बुझे दे रोड मैप पे बैच वो जॉइन करी जा StudyIQ रे जेते अफरीन मु ग्रुप रे प्रोवाइड कर देबे यार पीडीएफ हैला मैम प्लीज कंप्लीट करंतु दफ्तर यार पीडीएफ टेलीग्राम रे मिल जीव चलिबो ना 5टा क्वेश्चन अछि आ 5टा क्वेश्चन अछि दफ्तर ओके चलो सारी दबा consider the following about the great Indian bustard ऊपर हमें consider करिबा what will be the right answer okay first see it is critically endangered under the IUCN red list ये endangered species रे जाउची ना yes ये जाउची okay next it is found only in India and Pakistan नहीं बस्तर region अछि ना only India and Pakistan ले mainly हमें India रे देखुचे कोठी Rajasthan and Gujarat region रे अछि and parts of the Pakistan also so yes that's true it is protected under the schedule of 2 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 Wildlife Protection Act रे ये जीव की it is protected under the schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 कहाँ अंडर जीव जीव ना जीवनी मैम यस ये जीव किंतु शेड्यूल 2 रे जीवनी ये शेड्यूल 1 रे जीव ये शेड्यूल 1 रे जीव सो टिके रे मिस्टेक करिवनी 2 मेंशन अछि त वन आउट करिवो दिस इज नॉट 1 and 2 अगेन नेक्स्ट consider the following about the National Action Plan on Climate Change the NAPCC okay what will be the right answer it comprises just a minute yeah it comprises 8 national missions is that true 8 national mission को comprise करूछि की is that true yes NAPCC comprises the 8 national mission example हमें solar नेबा water नेबा sustainable habitat नेबा different हमें renewable energy को consider करि परिबा that's true national solar mission and national water mission are part of it yes ebe hi ta कहली true. It is administered by the Ministry of Renewable Energy. एटा कोन renewable energy like कोन ministry administrate करूछंती की ना हमारा Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change under आसीबो कोन अछि ना climate change अछि. That means हमारा कोन ना ये हमारा Ministry of Renewable Energy under जिबे नै ये हमारा climate change under जिबे. Environment हमें कोन होई परिबा environment Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. The Mo EFCC under 1 and 2 will be the right answer. Next, consider the following. Again, consider the following statements about the anthropogenic activities. Anthropogenic activities कौन पाउछ? Again, tell me. First, they are human-induced activities that impact the environment. Yes, anthropogenic activities माने कौन? मैम कुहंतु कौन जगन पचारि लगी? I'm sorry, ma'am. जगन मुझे मेसेज देखिनी किछ तो पचारि ना कुहंतु कम पे कहउछ माडो फेको. Okay, consider the following statements about anthropogenic activities. What will be the right answer? They are human-induced activities that impact the environment. Yes, जेतेबेले human activities environment को impact करूची, that is the anthropogenic activities. तो ये तो ही right answer होगा. Next, deforestation and mining are examples of anthropogenic pressure. Is that true? Is that true? Yes, that's also true. I mean, mining hela, deforestation hela, burning fossil fuels ame jetebele karuche, these are the key examples of the what? Deforestation. Then volcanoes are anthropogenic. Volcanoes are natural phenomena. They are not anthropogenic. They are not man-made. They are kona natural phenomena. So ekko ame odd one out kar deba 1 and 2. Okay, next. Next dekho next. With reference to invasive alien species, consider. With respect to, no ma'am, machire ticket drop pe de. With reference to invasive alien species, consider they are introduced species that outcompete native species. Is that true? They are the they are introduced species. They are the introduced species that outcompete the native species. Asibana yes. Because आमे सब species नहीं परिबा जेमति कि दो species example आमे कोन नहीं परिबा मैं जानि भी परिबनी त पय तुमको deep study करिया पड़िबा. Lantana ना सुनिचो the lantana, the perithenium ना सुनिचो, these are the species जोडा कि आमे कहि परिबा that outcompete native species रे जिबे. So yes एटा हमर कोन statement right करिवो. The invasive alien species under they are the very rare species आमे कहि परिबा. Lantana and perithenium are the invasive in India. Yes, India रे दीटा हमर कोन species मिलुचंती. They are always beneficial for the ecosystem recovery. जदि से beneficiary हेइथिबे ताहाले एटा कोन like invasive हेबेनी and alien species. Alien अछि माने alien माने आप पय केतोडी beneficiary नहंती helping नहंती ताकू relate करि दबो. They are not beneficial. They can be harmful also. They can or cannot be, but we don't know. They can be also. Okay, so एको हमें eliminate करिया 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Next देखो. Consider the following about air quality index. AQI को नेकी हमें consider करिबा. What is the right answer? Okay. So see, first, it monitors 6 pollutants including PM10 and PM2.5. Monitor केतेटा करूची ना total 8टा को pollutant को 6टा pollutant नहीं total pollutants केतेटा अछि ना 8टा pollutants अछि. तो right हबनी ना ये देखो हिसाब करना PM10 आसीबो, PM10 आसिला, PM2 आसीबो, then ना PM10 then PM2.5, then nitrogen oxide आसीबो, then sulfuric oxide, then carbon dioxide, then ozone, then ammonia, then lead. एमिति काउंट करो टोटल 8टा होछ ना देखो 8टा हैला ना टोटल 8टा. AQI is published by the Central Pollution Control Board. Is that true? Yes, published by the CPCB. Okay, that's true. Then good AQI value ranges below 0 to 50. Yes, that's also true. Consider the safe for health is 0 to 50 re vary koruchi. That's true. Koda habo 2 and 3 option achi? Yes, achi 2 and 3 will be the right answer. Okay, so this is all about the session. Sarigala, Jagan, happy now? Happy? PM10 and 2.5 are the most harmful. Yes. रोड मैप कोठू स्टार्ट करबी को पर्यंत तुमको बुझेबी तमे बुझी परियो मते टिके कहत मु लेट रे जॉइन कली गणेश प्रसाद आपन को लेट रे जॉइन करिया पई किए कहिथिला एस करना आपन को लेट रे जॉइन करिया पई किए कहिथिला मते कोंतु आपन मान को लेट रे जॉइन करिया पई किए कहिथिला थैंक यू अफरीन थैंक यू मु ग्रुप रे शेयर कर दे पीडीएफ हैला डोंट वरी मैम मु हैप्पी आपन कोंतु एंड स्माइल प्लीज बस 2 मिनिट रे मु बुझिबी कोडा बुझिबो प्री बुझिबो ना मेंस बुझिबो मते कोदा प्री पई बुझिबो ना मेंस पई बुझिबो और ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट को नहीं बुझिबो कोडा को नहीं बुझिबो या फिर नोट्स मेकिंग पई बुझिबो या फिर आंसर राइटिंग पई बुझिबो या फिर मॉक प्रिपेयर पई बुझिबो बुझेबी तो बुझेबी कोठो 2 मिनिट रे कोडा बुझेबी अफरीन 2 मिनिट रे टिके हमें अमित भाई को बुझाई देला अफरीन 2 मिनिट रे मु सिलेबस बुझेबी तांको अमित को बुझेला टिके टाइम 11 रे रहउची एवरी अच्छा ऑल बुझेबी 3 मिनिट रे हां बा घर कथा हिची तो थैंक यू गाइस चलो अमित परे केबे बुझेबी फुर्सत रे मैम मेंस रे रिजल्ट केबे आसीबो कोहंतु प्रिलिम लाइक सॉरी मेंस त माने क्लियर करि दैछो प्रसाद यू हैव क्लियर द मेंस एग्जाम syllabus no road map about what about your preparation or what केमिति स्टार्ट करिवो तमर कोन ऑप्शनल अछि तमे केति सिलेबस कवर अप करछ एटा त मु जानिनी तो रोड मैप तुमको केमिति बतेबी को प्रसाद तमर मेंस क्लियर हे जाईची प्रसाद हैव यू क्लियर सॉरी मेंस रे रिजल्ट माने मेंस एग्जाम तमे देइछो मैम किछि इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन आणंतु फ्राइडे विल बी माय लास्ट क्लास हियर इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन आने पे टाइम तो फ्राइडे क्लास में समस्त प्रेजेंट रह मैम आपन को वाइट चैनल सब्सक्राइब करि देइसे वीडियो पका तो फास्ट वीडियो मु तब पे पकेबी अमित रोड मैप अबाउट द स्ट्रेटजी एंड प्लान हां मैम देइछि अच्छा गणेश प्रसाद मेंस देइछो इंटरव्यू पे प्रिपेयर हो जा देन गोटे काम करि परिबो एमिति गाइड केमिति करिवि सेटा भाबुछि गाइड केमिति करिवि मु तुमको जदि रेफर भी करबा को ट्राई करिवि थ्रू व्हाट आई कैन लाइक कांटेक्ट यू अफरीन राजेंद्र राजेंद्र तुम क्लास रे अच्छो से यस राजेंद्र आर यू देयर 47 थिले 48 सब्सक्राइबर्स हेलेनी एंड सेटा मो YouTube चैनल केबे ही नुह YouTube चैनल मोर डिफरेंट अछि जोटा कि मु पकेइनी वीडियो बट सेटा रे पोस्ट भी होबन सेटा मो पर्सनल चैनल व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ऑपरेट करिवि जगन मो संसार रही परिबिनी जदि व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ऑपरेट करिवि दे बट स्टिल तुम माने टेलीग्राम तुम माने लाइक चैनल रो नेम केटी कहि परिबिनी छाड़ा तमान कथा बुझिबी तमान कथा डिफरेंट क्लास रे बुझिबी प्रोसेस जाओ गणेश को केमती कोन गाइड करिम तो जानि भी पारुनी गणेश मु इंग्लिश रे प्रिपेयर होछि आपण मते सहायता करंतु but how that I'm finding the way out how can I help you in it हाँ मैम ओडिया मीडियम रे देखुची कि किछि प्रॉब्लम हबो कि नो प्रॉब्लम कोन हबो ओडिया सा मदर टंग प्रॉब्लम कोन हबो नो किछि प्रॉब्लम हबनी ओके ठीक अछि आई विल ट्राई ये भी राजेंद्र भी क्लास रो लेफ्ट करि गले जान देन काहा को कहबी मैं जानि ग्रुप पिला के नांती अफरीन गोटे मिनिट मैम संसार भल ही क्रिएट करंतु संसार भल करू करू मोर खराब हो जाइथिबो सेमिति हेई परिबनी यस गणेश कर हेल्प जीमेल रे परिबो दैट्स टू गुड अमित गणेश मते तम मेल आईडी सेठी नोट कर या फिर गोटे डिफरेंट मेल आईडी क्रिएट करो सेटा नोट करो गणेश कैन यू प्लीज like mention your mail id over there so that I can connect you and through that मु मेल आईडी रे शेयर भी करि परिबी टेलीग्राम लिंक पर्सनल चैनल न दियो मते देन मु तमु किछि वीडियो रेफरेंस दोउछि तमने कहीं क्विट हो न क्लास रू केवल तो मते गणेश को सहित कथा हबार अछि गला मैम कोठी गला मेसेज रे लिख आसीनी ही तमने क्लास रो लेफ्ट ही पारिबो हाँ अमित करी देबी तमे कहिला माने एई हेला बहुत सारा सजेशन दोछ बट गणेश कर हेल्प के करूना समान को भीतर कार प्रॉब्लम नै नंबर शेयरिंग रे तो गणेश का नंबर नोट डाउन कलो देन मते केमिति शेयर करबो सेडा मु तमानन कहि अमित गणेश को टिके कांटेक्ट केमिति करी कि तांका नंबर शेयर कलो तांकर इंटरव्यू अछि तो शुड क्लियर इन द इंटरव्यू राउंड राइट ना हे परिबनी आई थिंक जीमेल एक्सेस एठी नोनी मेसेज तमे कले भी जीमेल आसीबनी गणेश हबनी तो ता विषय में पछरे कथा हबा जगन भाई राधे राधे मैम जय राधा रानी ये आउ जने जगन भाई ना कोन चलो गुड बाय सॉरी गुड बाय नहीं जस्ट सिंगल बाय एंड आउरी गोटे क्लास अछि गुड बाय करिया थैंक यू एवरीवन थैंक यू हैव ए गुड डे टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ एंड योर फैमिली फर्स्ट एंड यस जदि मते मेल आईडी मेल करबा को चाहू जंदी थ्रू मेल इंस्टाग्राम रे मते कनेक्ट करि परिबो गणेश मते तमे इंस्टाग्राम रे कनेक्ट करि परिबो एते काई भाबुची इंस्टाग्राम रे कनेक्ट करो तमरा मेल माने इंस्टा आईडी कोन मु जानि बट सेठी लेखिबा को पड़िबो कि मैम मैम गणेश बोली सो दैट मु जानि पारि देन यू कैन कनेक्ट मी इंस्टाग्राम रे कनेक्ट मते करि परिबो दैट इज सुदीप्ता सिमरन पंडा